Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to do an updated video on my diverticulitis. I do realize it's called diverticulosis unless you're in an attack, and then it's called diverticulitis. I just always refer to mine as diverticulitis. So anyway, I have two other videos that I have filmed on this, and I will leave those linked down below if you care to watch them. My last video was me talking about how I had used apple cider vinegar to fix my diverticulitis, and that is still true, although my regimen has changed. Now guys, if you're looking for a professional video, this is not the place. I'm just a regular person talking about my journey with diverticular disease. So if you're looking for professional, this is not it. Anyway, in my last video, I had said that I no longer use the antibiotics to fix my attacks, and I don't. That is still true. I still use the apple cider vinegar, but I also told y'all that I had switched to taking the capsules because I can't stand choking that apple cider vinegar down. That's still true too. But I had really messed myself up. The problem with taking the capsules, for me, it may not be a problem for you, but I don't drink very much fluid at all, ever. When I have very much fluid in my stomach, it makes me feel nauseous. So I've never been someone that drank very much of anything. That's the start, I believe. I think this runs in family, so it runs in my family, and then on top of that, I don't drink enough, so I deal with constipation. Now, y'all, I never dreamed I would be on the internet talking about my pooping habits with strangers, but here I am. And I used to be embarrassed about it and didn't talk about it at all, but I mean, I'm not sure why I'm embarrassed about it, because we all poop, and if my experience can help you deal with your journey and so that yours isn't as bumpy as mine has been, then that's why I make this, these videos, so that maybe it can help you too. Well, I had started taking the capsules. I don't drink very much. I now know that if you're going to take capsules, you have to drink a lot of fluid, or you will get constipated. Okay, let's see how many times I can say constipated in this video. How about that? I tend to get constipated just in general. I've had 3 spine surgeries, and I take a pain medication for that. Causes constipation. I have hypothyroidism. I take a medicine for that. Causes constipation. So I have a lot going against me in that way. And then I was taking this, multiple of these a day, and that leads to constipation. So what I had done, y'all, was I had not pooped. I know this is going to sound crazy. I had not pooped for about 30 days. Yeah, a month I didn't poop. So needless to say, I was pretty sick. Had a horrible, I just could not get out of what I thought was and it was a diverticulitis attack. I go to see a new doctor. He's never seen me before in my life. Now, I've dealt with this since my early 20s. I didn't know it at the time that that's what that was, but knowing what I know now, I know those things that were happening in my 20s was this. I am now 50, I'm either 54 or 55. I think I'm 54. Anyway, so I've had a long time to deal with this. Most of my life, I had avoided seeds, nuts, popcorn, and things like that because I didn't want to trigger an attack. And I'd gotten through most of my life having an attack maybe every couple of years, maybe every 3 years, something like that. Not really bad at all. And I always took antibiotics to fix my attack. That's all that had ever worked for me. But in fairness, I'd really never tried anything else because I didn't know. But I have severe pain, I have fever, I have bloating, I can't poop. I mean, it's terrible when an attack hits. And then the antibiotics on top of that would make me sleep for a solid week between, the attack period, like the fever and stuff, and then the antibiotics on top of it. I would sleep for a solid week, and I didn't like that, so I had to go in search of something else. Now, in the meantime, I guess about 5-ish years ago, I had started a low-carb diet. Thanks, lockdown, I've put about 40 pounds back on. I had lost 100. I've now gained about 40 of that 100 back. So, but my low-carb diet had really caused a lot of constipation too. So I have like nothing but, constipation issues. So I got myself in trouble with that, like getting to that point. And that's when I got really frustrated because the doctor said, we're going to have to think about doing surgery because I don't really want to keep giving you these antibiotics. I didn't want surgery. I do think surgery is the answer for some people. I just don't feel like it's the answer for me. So that's when I found the apple cider vinegar and I started using that. Now I have used that ever since. It works. I have not used antibiotics to clear up an attack in probably 2 years because I used the apple cider vinegar. Now, when I went to the doctor, and I'd never seen him before, so he walks in and he says, I don't think diverticulitis is your problem. I think constipation is your problem. And, I'm like, oh, God, here we go again. Because usually I would get we need to talk to you about your weight. That's your problem. Well, I get that. A poor diet, that can lead to constipation. I get that's part of it. But me being fat does not cause these attacks. Do you know what I'm saying? So I would get so frustrated. Well, I thought, Gina, shut up and listen to what the man's got to say. So we do the colonoscopy because I was scared, y'all. I was for sure that I had colon cancer because I hadn't pooped in a month. And I did not. He found, I think, 4 of the diverticular pockets. And but he said he still felt like constipation was my problem. So what he told me that we were going to do, he said, we're going to do Miralax. Now, this is the Walmart version of Miralax. This is about $5 cheaper than this size of Miralax. I take this and it works just the same. He said, I want you to take enough of that. Let's start with 2 doses. Let's take Miralax to get you regular. And I thought, okay, I'm going to listen and quit being hard-headed. Being hard-headed has been my problem pretty much the whole way. You know what I mean? So I started out taking 2 doses per day. Well, it got me going all right. A bunch. I would go like maybe 5 times in a day. It was never a lot, but it was like, throughout the day. I know this is TMI. I never dreamed I'd be sitting here telling you how many times I shit in a day. Anyway, I would go about 5 times a day, 5, 6 times a day. I don't like that. I'm a one and done kind of girl. I want to get up, poop, take my shower, and then not poop anymore because I've had a shower, to me, after I poop, I need another shower. So anyway, I was like, I think I'm going to back off to just 1 dose per day. And I did, and I was still going really good. So I thought, nah, I'll bump to like every other day. Like I'll do a dose every other day. And then I thought, I'll bump to a dose every 3 days because I'm still going good. Well, then my 3 days would turn into 2 weeks. Like I would forget. Like when I don't do something like daily, I forget to do it. And I would end up, it'd be 2 weeks later and I hadn't had any Miralax and I hadn't pooped. So I've caused, that was 9 months ago that I had my colonoscopy. I've had 2 little bouts of an attack in those 9 months. I was able both times to fix it. I would drink, a drink of my apple cider vinegar to get things going or whatever, clear my guts out, and that fixed both attacks. So I still haven't used any antibiotics to do those, to clear up my attacks. But what I have done is I've gone back to 1 dose every day. That's just what I'm going to have to do to be able to remember it, to stay in a habit of doing it and not have attacks. But guys, I no longer restrict any foods. I have popcorn. Well, I don't have popcorn. I'm still a little bit too scared to go straight popcorn. I have what's called popcorners, but it's made out of popcorn. So I have those. I have nuts. I have seeds. I don't restrict anything anymore. So life is grand, y'all. Me and my Miralax are going to have to become best buddies. And my old apple cider vinegar won't be, very far away, but that's what I do for my diverticulitis. That's my update. It's going good. If I would just not be hard-headed and stop taking my Miralax, it would be great. But I did ask the doctor why the bottle says like not to take it for more than 7 days, and so I asked him about that, and he said, well, that's because we don't want you to have a more serious problem, like cancer, and be treating it with Miralax when you really should be coming in and seeing what the problem is. And so I know, like, I've had my colonoscopy. I don't have anything. If you are having this trouble, get a colonoscopy, please. Know that you don't have anything more serious, and then maybe you could try this regimen yourself and it worked for you, and we cut out some of these attacks. Because y'all, I'm like shocked at how many comments, how many people comment on the videos. So many of us are dealing with this, and there's such conflicting information out there. It is crazy. It's very frustrating to me. But yeah, the apple cider vinegar and Miralax, that's it. I don't take any medications anymore, and I love that. So guys, I hope this can help you. Here's to good gut health for all of us. Hopefully we can get this under control, and our journey will be much smoother from here on. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.